Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So yeah, depending on where you're watching this video from. So basically what I want to do today is just to like shed a little bit of light on the photo manipulation I created. And actually I've been getting a lot of messages via my comments and DMs as to how I created it. And I'm sorry I did not screen record when I was creating this particular design, because although I spent 5 hours to create this design, but it was not just at a stretch. You understand? So, for example, I actually spent about 3 days, but 5 hours. So, like in a day, I could spend like 2 hours working on it, then drop it, work on my official jobs and client jobs and stuff like that. So yeah, basically what I want to do in this video is to just explain how I came about this design. We're not going to be doing any form of design. I'll just show you using Photoshop, and also I shared a particular video. Let me just play this video, and I shared it on my Instagram, and people were like, okay, how did I create this and blah blah blah. So I want to just shed light on how I was able to create this video. So yeah, I got series of requests via my DM as to how I was able to like create this particular video, and so I'm going to share um, I'm going to shed light on how I was able to do it, which is actually very simple. It's a very simple way. It's not, you don't need to learn After Effects or Premiere Pro to know how to use it. All you just need is a simple video editing tool, which I use Filmora for my simple editing. I also use After Effects for complex and professional editing, but for my simple editing, just um, add one or two things together. I just use Filmora because it takes a lot of stress away, and it just makes it very easy. It's as simple as your CapCut on your phone. So yeah, you can even use your CapCut. Yeah, so let me just put that out there. You can use your CapCut on your phone. Let's say, for example, you are able to like create something similar like this on your phone using pixels. That's for the phone designers, and you want to like create that same video I just created. You can also use CapCut. So yeah, let's jump right straight to into Photoshop. So this is, if you look at this side here, these are all the layers that I use in creating this final results, which you can see here. Yeah, these are all the layers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain one by one how I was able to like what I was able to do in creating the elements. Just it. I mean, we won't spend more than 10 minutes on this video tutorial, but the idea is just open your eyes to how I was able to like create it. Then also, like I said, always, if you have a concept you would like us to like replicate or create, I mean, you can always drop it in the comments, or you can always like share me the link of a similar design that you love us to replicate. So for this particular design, that is this particular one, for those of us that are movie freaks or people that love movies, you will know that this actually was gotten from Dora and the Lost City of Gold. So I mean, if you've watched the movie, you definitely know where this poster is from. So I'm going to share the poster with you so you can see where exactly I got the idea from. So this is the original poster. It was released August 2nd. That was, I think, last year. Yeah, last year. So this is the original poster. And when I saw this poster on Pinterest, I was like, oh my god, I need to create something like this. But it was looking very scary. Like, the leaves, the light, and everything. It was looking really scary, and it has been with me. It has been on my folder for a very long time. You understand? So I just took courage, and I was like, I could actually come up with something similar, and so what I did was, excuse me, what I did was I was able to like list out every element I know that I'll be using in this particular um, design, right? And to do that, I took my pen and paper. I started jotting down. Um, excuse me. I started jotting down elements that I know that would definitely come in handy in this video tutorial, in this design. Now, the first thing you need to do is get element that relates to forest, get element that relates to leaves, forest, tree branch, birds, sky, multiple skies. Then you get an image of a forest, an image of a statue, or a building. So I didn't want it to just be exactly like this poster. So I wanted it to be something that we Nigerians can relate to because I'm from Nigeria. So I wanted it to be something that talks about Nigeria. So instead of this particular building, I had to get a statue that every Nigerian can easily relate to. So to do that, I did a lot of survey, and these are the images I was able to download. So the first is this I said these three these three statues that most Lagosians will know. Yeah, I mean it's situated in Lagos, Nigeria. So I really do not know their name, but it represents something very significant. So yeah, this statue I got it. I just typed Google. I just typed statues in Nigeria, and I got several statues, some in the east, some in the north. But when I saw this, I figured, oh, I would love to have something like this. Actually, considering the fact that I'm also from Lagos. So yeah, I got this sky image from unsplash.com. Same with this unsplash.com. Now this particular background, I just typed in forest on pngwing.com. That's, if you've been watching my video tutorial, you would know where I get all my PNGs from. So from PNG wings, I just type in forest, and I scroll down, second layers or so. I was able to get something like this. Same with this, I just typed in leaf or leaves, so you would get something like this. There are hundreds and thousands of similar elements like this. Same with this, leaves as well. Then I typed in rock, so you would get something like that. It's even in the first page. So then we type in bed, you'll be able to get something like this as well. Then statue, also on PNG Wing, I was able to type in statue, and I got this. Excuse me. It has a lot of statues, right? But I just figured this look very, very nice, and it's just fancy. Doesn't really have a meaning to the design, right? But it's just fancy, and I really wanted to just add it to the elements. So yeah, I downloaded this. Then I downloaded this structure just to serve like a form of a gateway, like an entrance. Then this just to serve as an extra element in the background, and so it is not just the statue, there's no building and all. And I could not get, there's this particular building in Lagos that looks exactly like this, not exactly but similar to this, and it's at VI. It's towards Silverbird Galleria, and it's, I don't know, I just don't know, I can't figure out the name. But immediately I saw this, I just thought of that particular building, and I was like, oh, let me just pick this. Then I got this image of a girl. I just typed in African girl back view. So on Google, I was able to get this image after several minutes of searching. So yeah, this also from Unsplash, the image of a forest. You would have to scroll to get a concept that you are willing to work with. Same thing on Splash. I got this this image of a sky, just sky blue and a simple sky. So yeah, that's basically all. So let's jump straight to Photoshop. So for Photoshop, the first thing I did was to work with. I created my image size. I was going to go for something very, very high quality. So my width, I used 3500 pixels, and for my height I used 4300 pixels, and the resolution is 300. So it was like I just needed something very, very clean and very, very sharp, so that even when you upload it on Facebook or WhatsApp, it still retains a form of high definition quality. And when you put it on Instagram, I mean, when someone zooms it, you're able to see every form of detail that is attached to it. So yeah, the first thing I did was to fill it up with white. If you use black, some images, or some images would have edges that you might not be able to easily see. So white always expose. Sometimes black also exposes unnecessary edges. So you can, I mean, depending on what you are working with. So, but this particular one, I just had to work with white fill. Now, this design itself, let me just turn off this. This design itself, the best way to create this design is to start from the bottom. Is it bottom up now or top bottom? Like, you have to start with the surrounding elements before you go inside. So you have to create the leaves and everything, the old leaves and forest effect before you start putting it, the girl, the statues and stuff. So that's what I did first. So let me just scroll in. So the first one I brought in this particular, you remember this leaf, this forest image I got? Yeah, this particular one. So this is it here. I brought it in, then I added a little bit of Gaussian blur, then I added it to the other side. So I just cut it into half, place one at the other side, place one on the other side, then added Gaussian blur. I added a bit of leaves. We have one leaf here to the left, then the second leaf to the right. Then I added the rock, one to the left, one to the right. Now you can see that, I mean, it's at first it might look very, very hard to create, but at the end of the day, it's just all about adding elements till you get that perfect view. So yeah, and after I added the rock, I needed the rock to have this dark shade. So I added a bit of dark shade, just on the rock side. Now, after I did that, I added this other leaf at this side here, then I added this other leaf at this side. Now, the last thing I did was to add a bit of shade just down at that other side. Now you would see that this is different from this particular design, because this one has a bit of, not a bit, it has a lot of brightness reduced. So what I did was, after doing that, I grouped them all into a group called Forest Entrance. Then after doing that, I added color fill. You can see the difference. Color fill. Then I had to shade off some parts. Then I added brightness and contrast. So brightness and contrast, if you look at it, it's currently minus 132. So I reduced the brightness even to negative 132. Then the contrast, I increased the contrast by 23%. I added vibrance as well. You can see the vibrance is, I added 24% vibrance. So yeah, that's basically the first part. Then the next thing I did was, now I started adding the sky. The first thing I did was to add the forest, which is this particular forest here. Yeah, this one. So what I did here was, I took it to Photoshop and I selected just this part of the leaves down here. So every part that has to do with the sky and the ocean, I cut it off. You understand? So that was how I was able to generate this particular effect. You can see that the sky and the ocean has been removed. It's just the forest. And what I did then was to now add a bit of dark effect to it, so it can at least blend, not so much like the entrance, but at least slightly. So the next thing I did was to add the statue behind the forest. Then I added the other statue just behind by the other side, since it is not the emphasized one. Then I added the entrance. You can see that I didn't really do so much editing on this, because I knew that I was still going to add light, and the light was going to blend everything together, and I was still going to add other effects. So then I added the coat of arm just above it. Then I added the building just behind it. Now, professionally, I would have ensured that each statue carries the same color mode. So you can see that this statue is slightly gray. This is gray or harsh, but this is not. This is having a kind of light pink color. the building is having a kind of old shade color. So I could have just created a uniform color theme, but I didn't do that, and that was like a mistake from my end. So I mean, you can just take note of that. Then the next thing I did was to add the background, which is this sky. Now for each element I was adding, I was always including a bit of Gaussian blur, because the emphasis is not the element, it is the lady or the girl that will be in the picture. So yeah, that's basically what I did there. Then I added the bed just above. Now the next thing I did was to add the light. So the light is just, let me just bring this out so you can see it. It's just this. This is just the light. If I turn it to normal, you can see it is just a light glow that I downloaded, and you know, I've been using it ever since I downloaded it. Like, it works very well for me. Most of my photo manipulation usually carry this light glow. You just type in light glow on the PNG Wing or on Unsplash or any image site at all, you'll be able to like get something similar. So after bringing in the light glow, I changed it from normal to screen. I duplicated it, then so that that effect, that light effect, can be evident. So now for the lady, this is the actual image of the girl. Let me show you. This is the actual image of the girl, which I removed from the original poster. You can see from the original poster, this is the image of the girl from the original poster. So but what I did was to now cut off the head. Let me just show you. I cut off the head, cut off the hand. So instead of the hand being a white girl's hand, I just I used you can see the hand here. I used, this is the hand, this is the original color of the hand, so I added a bit of dark shade to it, then a bit of brown skin color to it, so it can have this that brown skin vibe. Then this is the body, then the head, then I added a bit of dark shade just to the neck, and that's how I was able to create this. So it's very simple. I didn't really stress myself, and the reason why I had to go with this particular girl is because I could not get the best image of a girl carrying a backpack, facing behind, like facing the back of the camera, and that's because I needed it to be at least similar to the poster itself. So I wanted an image of a girl carrying a backpack. I could not get it, so I just had to go with that. So yeah, that's that. Then I added this light, then this light as well, just behind the girl, so that it carries that same effect of, oh, the girl is standing close to the light, but far enough that the light doesn't affect all her body. It's just one side of her body. So yeah, then I added a bit of color lookup. This is the color lookup I added, orange and blue, and that's why it has this vibe, orange and blue vibe. And I added a bit of dark shade as well. This is the title. The title itself is this. I created it on CorelDRAW, just Amira and the Lost City of God. I just typed it on CorelDRAW, then I brought it in here on Photoshop. Then I added this gold effect, and I added a bit of bevel, emboss, and outer glue. That was all. So then I added a bit of I added another leaf just above the text. Then I added motion blur to it. Now I thought of just giving a form of light between the girl and the monkey, just to have this kind of vibe. I don't know, sometimes when you're designing, it just comes to you and you be like, oh, let me just add it. But at the end of the day, after posting it on Ninja Graphic Designer, some of my ogas were like, oh, it's showing that I have multiple sources of light, which is wrong, because since the light is coming from this side, there shouldn't be another source of light coming from this side. And I actually agree with them. So but it was just at the fun of it. I was just like, oh, I just want to have that. Sometimes as creatives, it's good to just go with your guts, and sometimes it's also good to understand where the criticism is coming from. So yeah, I really understand their point of view. So if I had left it like this, I mean, it could have worked out for me, but I just was not feeling that dark shade, it looks kind of dark. So I just wanted to have a form of light around there. But what I could have done is I could have just added Gaussian blur so that there's a light effect there, but it is not like as if a source of light is attached. So yeah, I mean, it's just a lesson for another day. Then I added another color lookup, and that is Z1D377. You can always play around color lookup. I mean, it's just for the fun of it. So I added a little bit of shade here, and the reason why I added this shade was because this theme, In Search of Greener Pasture, without the shade, it was not really showing. So I had to add just a little bit of shade. Then my slogan, and there's an into manipulation. And when I was done, I used my Ctrl Shift Alt E to form a new image. I took it to the the camera raw filter, and I edited it. So basically, that's how I was able to like create this masterpiece in about 5 hours. So now for the video part, this is what I did for the video part. For that video part, it's very, very simple. Just watch. Now, what you just do is this. You are going to turn off every part that you don't want. Like, what you want to do is you want the forest and the girl to be in the picture while there's a video playing in front of them. So what you're going to do is you're going to remove every other thing in the design that would affect the video from showing. So to do that, the first thing you do is turn off your color view, turn off your sky, turn off the this building, turn off the doorway, turn off the coat of arms, turn off the statue, turn off the statue, turn off this light, turn off this light. Also turn off this light here, this one. So you are left with this. So this is exactly what you'll be left with. And it's a transparent background. All you just need to do is just save it as PNG, portable network graphics. So when you save it as PNG, you are able to place it above any video. And you just, just go to your video editing software, just place a video just above it, and it's playing, and you have a beautiful video. And that's exactly what I did for that particular video. It's just, let me go back to this. So it's just this particular image, then I downloaded this video of the forest from Pixels, pexelx.com. So I downloaded all the videos I used, I downloaded from that site. So I placed the video just in front of this particular PNG, and I saved it as an MP4. Very simple. So I think I should just show you how I did that so that it's not confusing. Let me delete this. So I used Filmora, like I said, and I'm going to open that now. So I'm going to open that now. Let's just wait. Yeah, just give it a minute. Remember, if you want to download your PNGs, you go to pngwing.com. If you want to download your high definition images, you go to Unsplash, Pixabay, Pixels, pexels.com. And also for your videos, you would get amazing videos on pixels.com. You would get like really, really amazing video stock for your images, for your video project and whatnot. So yeah, let's just wait for that to come up. It can take a bit of time, It depends on the system you're using. If your system is an high-end system, you won't really have much issue waiting or whatever. So, but my system, I use a ZBook 14. Although the RAM is 12 gig, but the processor speed is not so much. So yeah, it's one of those things I have to cope with. Alright, let's just wait for that to open. So it's coming up already. You can see how clear this is, like very, very clear. And that's why I always emphasize to photo manipulation artists that always use images that are extremely high in definition, like very, very clear images. So yeah, I think I already saved out. I don't have some videos that I used earlier. So but yeah, let me just show you. Okay, let me try to. I think I already saved. I already deleted. Um, I already deleted. Excuse me. Okay, I already deleted those images. So, but yeah, let me just show you. This is the femora, right? So, beneath it here, we have the sound. Let me just play the sound. Okay, the sound is also not playing. That's because I don't have the sound here. I think I've deleted those files. So, but yeah, you just place the sound here, and you have the video here. This video. Let me delete this. Let me just delete this. So you can see this is the video. This is the video you can see. This is the video just playing, and this is the other video. These two videos were gotten from Pixels. So these are the two videos I used. Then this particular image that is missing is the PNG. So assuming I have not deleted the PNG, I mean you will just see the PNG just above the video. So you place the video beneath, then you put the PNG just above, then you put your sound, whatever sound you want to play, then you just export it and it plays. So yeah, that's basically all as regards this video tutorial. I'll try my best to, when creating something spectacular like this, I'll try my best to take a full video capture of it, and so you can follow me as I create whatever it is I'm creating. So yeah, but if you, like I said, if you have any concept you'd love us to work on, any movie poster you'd love me to recreate, you can always drop it in the comment box. I'll be happy to check it out. And yeah, thanks once again. If you love this and probably this resonates with you and you love to see more of this, please just drop a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Yeah, thanks.